I thought I'd let you into a little project I've been working on. I've never done a table or a bench before, so this was my first and it's a learning experience. So I'll just show you a few things that I've got. So this is a walnut log that was split in half. I'm in the process of sanding it down. You see that I've got my legs tenoned in and wedged, and it's not really a very clean job. The legs are made from apple, which I think is really cool, and they're going to look beautiful. This is the underside of the table. And I tapered them down at the bottom, but they're not straight because nothing I make is ever straight, and so the table is just a little wobbly. And also, I decided it was too tall. I just want it to be a coffee table, and this is too tall to be a coffee table, so I got to knock about 8 or 9 inches off the legs because I forgot to account for the thickness of the log. So I just thought I'd bring you in on that. You know, just a backyard hobbyist, and for anybody who's got interests in woodworking and carving and projects, you know, come along for the journey and the ride, and we'll learn a few things together. I'm pretty good at making spoons these days, and I'm just trying to branch out and do something totally new for myself. But I've got another walnut slab just like that one sitting over there in the wood pile, and I will do a different video for that just to show the process that I go through to get to that and to get to these. This will eventually be smoothed out even more and oiled and burnished. I want it to look real nice and sharp and smooth. Anyway, I'll just take you along now. Thank you. So the first problem I need to solve is that my table is too tall. I measured a coffee table that I have inside the house, and it was 16.5 inches tall from top to bottom. So I will just mimic that. I'm sure if we were to use Google, we could find proper proportions for such furniture. I did that one time for chairs, as I was curious about chairs. And you can find proportions for chairs if you've got an interest. Chairs and tabletops, you know, there's standardized heights for where knees ought to be and where feet ought to land on the floor, how high countertops need to be, and tabletops, things like that. I didn't bother to do any research about coffee tables, so I'm just going to use the one that I have at home as an example, and just go from there. So I'm going to just try to, I'm going to take, this is about 7.5 inches off the leg. I'm pretty sure each leg is going to have about 7.5 inches removed. And then I do like the tapered look, so I think that I'm going to go ahead and use the draw knife to taper my legs down to stubs like that. So I'm just going to get these cut. Today I think will just be a shorter video. I'm not going to show you me cutting, but I'll just get all the legs cut and we'll go to the next step. Okay, I've got the legs cut, and now I've got these really beautiful stubs that I'd hate to throw away, so I'm going to have to figure out what kind of a use I have for them. Not sure, but maybe I can make some sort of a smaller table or a bowl with legs, like I don't know. It's just that the spalting on this apple is just fantastic. So I really want to use it. It's possible to use it for spoons, but anyway, I digress. The legs have been cut. I feel like the coffee table is the right height. I'm now going to get the draw knives. Since I've already got my legs and my tenons already attached to the table, I'm going to have to do the tapering down of the feet in place, since I can't take the legs out and put them in a vise. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be pretty wobbly once I start working on it. So I just hope I don't ruin the feet in the process. I mean, theoretically, I could keep them flat like this. I just need to straighten them out because they're not all 100% even. But I'd like to taper them. So maybe I'll just put a touch. Maybe less than that. Maybe, I don't know. I'll just do it. Okay, well, so here we go. We've got tapered legs and got one shorter leg than the other three, which is perfect, just my style. See what happens? Bonk. Yeah. So I'm gonna need to level them up somehow. I think this one is the one that needs to come down just a little bit, and hopefully that'll be good, because otherwise we're pretty level. I mean, just slightly askew, and that's okay. And yeah, okay, it's pretty good. I systematically just went, there was one leg that was short, so I left it alone. The other 3 legs, I just systematically, I turned the thing over, I systematically just shaved layers off until I was satisfied with it. Shakes only slightly, so if at all. So I'm really happy with this. So I'm just going to show you close-ups of the way that the legs were tapered. I will come through with the sander and sand everything super smooth. This has already been sanded and it is pretty smooth. Gonna need to work on the bits that I just cut off. The bottom, I'm probably not going to sand any more than this. I love the way that it looks, and so I'm going to keep that. And it has, and also I'm going to keep the ends. I'm going to keep rough cut. Not going to bother to smooth out the ends. I think that's pretty cool. And other little features of this log that I really enjoy, the live edge. You will see in my process, this had insects in it. What I did in order to eliminate the insects from continuing to destroy this log. See, you were inside holes and stuff, but as you can tell, here's a clue to my process. But watch my next video for what I did there. All right, so I need to get some different sandpaper attachments for my, I've got a random orbital sander that I'm going to use on this. It's just too much for me to do by hand. And so I'm going to start it with really rough and work my way to really smooth. And, you know, I'll probably just post the finished product, and then the full video will be of the next bench from start to finish. And actually, like, I've got a smaller slab that I cut off of this one that I can probably, now that I'm thinking about it, probably just use these for that, for legs for that one. It'll be small and shorter, but it'd be kind of cool. And then I'd like to make another one of these. All right, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.